Okay, so I have my 2009 Ford Escape here with a slight reverse issue where if I put it in reverse, as you can see it's in reverse right now, and I give it gas, pretty much nothing happens. It's acts as if it's in neutral. As you can see, the RPMs are going up, but the car is not moving. Unless if I just I'll move it back to park and then I'll put it back in reverse and I don't give it gas. I just let it sort of sometimes pull itself back. That's the only way I can back up. So as you can see right now it's moving, but I'm not giving it gas. I'm just letting it sort of coast back there. If I give it any gas, it'll start jerking a little bit and then it'll just stop. Or if there's a slight incline at all, you won't want to go any further. So today I'm going to be trying to fix that. I did some research and apparently the issue is in the transmission with the valve body. Apparently there's a blade between the two valve body halves, and that blade has been damaged by something called a check ball. So I'm going to be trying to replace the blade, and to get to it, first I have to remove the battery here in the battery blade, and then possibly this intake box. I'm not too sure, we'll see depending on how much space we have, because we have to get in here and there's transmission sort of front pan there that covers the valve body that I have to take care of, that we have to take off. So it'll probably work from the top and the bottom. With the battery tray off, we got access to these 8 mils right here. Just see if we can take those off. A bit risky using an impact, but I'm trying to get this done quick. Kind of in the middle of winter now. Getting cold, but it's nice and somewhat sunny today. Okay, with that off, now we can see some of the bolts we're gonna have to take off here. There's one there and another somewhere there. I'll try and take those off from the top. I might not be able to show step by step, but I'll just sort of go through what I'm doing over the course of the repair. Okay, this is what the underside looks like. So you're gonna have to take off some of these bolts. Some of them are studs, so keep an eye on which ones those are when you reinstall. So yeah, I'm gonna work from underneath now. Okay, so the pan is out. It took quite a while, but we got it done. Anywho, now I gotta remove these T30s bolts here around the valve body that are holding it into the transmission. So that's the next thing. Make sure to also remove any cables in there. I see there's, I believe, 2 up there. Just yeah, I'm not sure either. I'm just doing this as I go, so try to take everything I say with a grain of salt. Okay, so last time we spoke, I had just removed the black pan that's around here, and yeah, now I've gone around and taken out all these T30 Torx bits, torque screws, and yeah, I've gone around and taken all of them out, and you'll know once you've gotten most of them out, because it'll start leaking some more depending on how you have your car elevated, and then it'll start getting loose like this, of course. And then I just have to fully take out 2 more up there and they should be out. I just took out just the T30s around here. I didn't touch any other. So it's T30s, and then there is, I believe, a 10 mil around this stud. There's a stud somewhere up there with just a 10 mil. that you just have to take out, and the rest are T30 is the ones holding this entire what's it called, valve body. Yep. Okay, I'm in the house now, and I got the valve body out. I'm in my kitchen, so I didn't want to make a mess, and I use this baking tray. I will not be cooking in it anymore, but anyhow, as you can see, I didn't completely take these out because they're different sizes apparently, and I didn't want to mess it up. So for now, I'll just leave it here. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the main thing here is to split this in half. So there's a bottom half and the top half, and in between there's a plate that is what I'm hoping is damaged, because that's what I'm hoping to fix. And I have the replacement part here, and that's what's gonna go between these two in there, replacing this old one. So hopefully it is actually damaged, and that's what's causing the issue. Otherwise, all this would have been for nothing, and it was kind of a lot of work. And if it's not this, then it's probably something bigger and more expensive. So I'm hoping this is it. Anyway, this is what Ford gave me. This is what this came in this container. They kind of were confused on the parts. They gave me the wrong part before. There's two of these plates actually. There's one that goes in between, which is this one, goes in between the throttle body, the valve bodies. This one, this first half and the bottom half, and there's one that goes right behind it, goes right behind this one. That's the one. When I explained to them why I needed this one, they're mixed up. So I'm hoping if I give you this part number, it's actually the right one, and then swap it out again, and you go out there and buy the wrong thing. So again, do some research, watch some YouTube videos as well. I found out that it was the wrong one through some videos. When I was looking at them, I'm like, this one doesn't look like the one I was looking at in the videos, but this is the correct one, the one they've given me before. It didn't look quite like this. They're similar, but it doesn't have too many of these intricate holes. Okay, so there is here this black bracket around with some, I think it's some circuitry. It's got this cable running through it. That's what we have to take off first. And you have to take out a few of these T20s here. You'll see them all around, these T20s. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, with this out, took out about 5 of these T20s, and then so that's out on there pretty tight. So make sure you got good quality bits so that you don't strip these things out. And then and as you can see here, you have 2 pins per solenoid, so make sure those stay there. And then to split this valve body in half, I have to remove the two of this one and this one, and then I believe those are 8 mil. So I'm gonna do that next. Okay, so as you can see, I just split the valve body in half here, and unfortunately these check balls came flying out, so now I gotta figure out where they go. But anyhow, thankfully there is some damage to this plate here that I'm replacing, so hopefully that's the cause of our problems. As you can see right here, there is quite a large hole that doesn't look like it's supposed to be there. So apparently one of these check balls belong to some of these cavities here. I'm not sure which one, gotta figure that out. And it's sometimes, I guess this sometimes happens, it goes into the wrong cavity and it gets shot at. Not really sure how it works, to be honest with you, but apparently one of these balls went where it wasn't supposed to be, and it ended up creating this giant hole in here next to this one. And a lot of the people I see doing this job, I see 2 people do this job, they seem to have this hole here, which is not supposed to be there. So next thing is to remove these 2, I believe those are 8 mils. There's one here and another one there, to take this off, and then we replace it with the new one. And then I gotta figure out where these bulbs go. All right. Okay, so if you can remember, my check balls here fell out, and I had to do some research to see where they go. I found a diagram. I'll put it up on the screen here. But here, so it looks like one goes right there. Another one goes, is my finger, okay, right there. And then finally one goes right there. So, and yeah. Okay, so I put the new plate on there, and I put back these bolts, and I took them down to 90 inch pounds. Yep, 90 inch pounds. I saw some gentleman do a valve body rebuild on one of these, and that's what he did. He looked like he knew what he was doing, so I'm gonna do the same. So 90 inch pounds on those, that's what I did. And then yeah, I'm just gonna have this go into here, and then put these 2 bolts through, and then also torque those to 90 inch pounds. That's what I'm gonna do. And yep. Okay, so 2 halves are back together, and then yeah, so those 2 8 mils are the ones to join these 2 together. And yeah, so I tightened those to 90 inch pounds, and then I'm about to put this back. And before I do that though, make sure these pins are here and they're all the way down. So remember, 2 pins per solenoid, so 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, and so forth. Check them all, make sure they're all the way. I mean, after this too, that's pretty much it. You just have to put it back in the car, and again, now you tighten these. I saw on Google said these to be torqued to 89 inch pounds. So basically the same as everything else I've torqued so far, 90 inch pounds. So, all right, here it is, ready to go back in the car. I'll do that tomorrow morning, because it's midnight now and I'm tired. So I managed to put the valve body back in the car. So just a few things to look out for here. Remember this cable that plugs in here in the middle? Don't forget to pry it from the back once you go in, because you might be not thinking about it, and then you just push the valve body in and forget this cable behind and crush it like I did. I crushed mine back there, and I had to go get a replacement from the junkyard. But also I also broke this piece here, that black piece that goes around the valve body with all the circuitry on it, and the main connector, this connector that goes in there. Make sure you open this properly. You shove a screwdriver right up here, a small one, and sort of push up on it so it'll be locked in. You just put a screwdriver right here, flathead, and then push up on it gently. Try to be patient with it, otherwise mine just came off, and I thought everything was okay until I realized later on, before luckily I'd closed everything, that it wasn't gonna go in, because these little tabs right here had been broken off. So I remember that. And then there's one more thing. There is something called a manual valve, I think, that's at the top here, all the way at the top. It's got, you'll see it on your valve body. So I don't think I did a very good job of trying to explain what I was talking about back then when I was working on the car. So I'm going to try and clarify it right now. So yes, the image I just put up on the screen shows the manual valve. And when you're reinstalling the valve body back into the transmission, you have to line up that manual valve to, there's a rod or pin that sticks down, and I believe it's connected to the gear shifter. And you have to line up that manual valve to that pin. That way, nothing binds up or ends up pushing on that on that pin. Because if you don't have it lined up, what would happen is, which is what happened to me, the manual valve started pushing up against that pin, and it wasn't lined up, and it was sticking out. So it ended up pushing back on it, bending it. Also, not only bending the pin that, or the rod that sticks down in the transmission, also bending that valve, because it comes out, it extrudes. You can basically take it all the way off the valve body. But so it was sticking out way further than it was supposed to be, and it ended up pushing up against that rod, and then bent it, and also bent the valve as well. And then so I tried bending it back. I tried bending both things back, and luckily I was lucky enough to not do further damage. And I had to make multiple runs to the junkyard to try, and I broke a lot more stuff during the process. And luckily I went, my local junkyard had fairly affordable replacements. You have to pull them yourselves, of course, but yes. So I would suggest, if that explanation I just gave made no sense to you, you have no idea what I'm talking about, I would suggest you watch videos of people doing transmission rebuilds on this valve body, and specifically the part where they reinstall it into the transmission. That way you see the entire process through, because some videos just focus on, I've only seen one, they just focus on just one part of the repair, and that's really it, and then everything else you don't get to see. But if you watch a rebuild, you get to see them actually putting the valve body back into the transmission. And a lot of people, I'm exaggerating, there's one guy I watched, I'll put a link in the description, he makes a point to point out that you have to line up that manual valve to the pin that's in the transmission. Okay, I finally put everything back together. I'm in the car right now, and I just went for a drive, but just so I can show you guys too. Here, the main issue was the reverse, right? Before, if I put it in reverse, and unless it pulled itself back a little inch, like little by little, it wouldn't go. If I tried to give it gas, or there was a slight incline or slight resistance, it would stop moving and start jerking, or just start acting like it was in neutral, basically. But now we put it in reverse, it's pulling itself in. As you can see, it's moving back quite a lot. It's reversing, reverses back. But yeah, so that was it. And drive also works. I just went for a drive, like I said. But yep. And yeah, I broke a lot of things along the way. It took me about 2 days because things kept breaking, and some of them were already broken from the last time when I pulled the transmission out to do some remain seal work. So that caught up with me. So yeah,